Hello, this is Edwin Edebiri, your Chief Happiness Officer. I am so excited today, folks, and you will find out very quickly why. There's few things in life that we wish we went to school about it in the very beginning, like we were taught how this thing work, but unfortunately, we were not taught. But fortunately, I have Daniel Benjamin, okay? So don't worry about the fact that you didn't learn how money work in school or you didn't learn how money work as an adult. But here you are, an opportunity to truly learn how money work. Welcome to the show, Daniel. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me, Edwin. I really appreciate this.
Absolutely. Now, before we dive into the meat of the whole interview, I want you to kind of share with my audience, how did you get started? What attracted you to this industry?
Well, I started dabbling in the industry at one particular company at one point, and it wasn't a fit for me. So my mentor at the time told me, why don't you try the company that I'm with right now? And I remember going to a career fair, and I was prospected by somebody at the career fair who had crashed the career fair. He wasn't paying to get in there. He just was just waiting at the elevator. And honestly, I thought he hit on me. He was like, "You look great. This is a great suit and all that." I was very, very flattered, but I wanted to know, okay, why was he talking to me? And so he introduced himself, and a few days later, I was down at his office, and the rest is history. I've been with the company for almost a decade.
Wow, congratulations. That is very, very exciting. So let's get into the gist of it. So what are some of the benefits that anybody that's listening right now would expect with your company?
It's a very, very good question. So my company was built on the idea of the company, at least that I subscribe to, was built on this idea of making sure that people have the pie, that people are able to be able to learn about their finances, make right choices about the products and services that they do to enhance their finances, and not find themselves in trouble because someone sold them toxic policy or gave them advice that did not work for them. So I'm here for Main Street families to help them understand and how to utilize the right tools for just to win the money game.
Wow. So if I'm understanding you correctly, you can walk people through step by step how money works.
Yes. Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, let me tell you this. The gentleman that I interviewed before this was talking about romance, and he talked about the fact that people don't even learn to know who they are before they start looking for somebody else, to be their partner. And it kind of reminds me of happiness, because I remember when I go to school to teach happiness, people are wondering, why you have to teach happiness, but nobody actually learned how to be happy. We are kind of tossed into it to figure it out. But would you agree with me that's also about the subject of money, that nobody really was taught how money works?
Yeah, and I think money is very, very much interrelated with emotions. It's a very emotional thing, right? The stock market moves up and down based on emotions, right? It's not because somebody says, "Hey, today, you know what, we're going to be lower," or "Today we're going to be higher." People have fear, people have optimism, people have all these different emotions in between, and understanding how to manage your money better is a great way for people to actually kind of like disconnect from the emotion, and at the same time better manage their emotions about money. I love storytelling in that aspect because it helps people understand that whatever their situation is, I can support them with some of the sound facts that are out there through case scenarios of things that had happened, not just to anybody, but also to me, to my family, to the people who I first helped out when I first started in this business all those years ago.
That is fantastic. Well, 10 years, that's a long time. you must definitely, number one, be enjoying it. And number two, be helping a lot of people, to hang out that long. Now, what is the best way for anybody to reach you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have my contact information. I'm more grassroots, so I meet people in person. I talk to people. I'm more on a referral basis. But I know post-COVID, I've actually expanded my business. I've moved from where I live now, which is in Queens, New York, to my virtual playground, which is all over the United States. So if anybody wants to reach me, I have my QR code here, and you
So
can
they just
always
put their camera against the QR code that I'm staring at right now, right? That will work, right?
Yeah. You'll get all my information. You get some concepts, things like that. So yeah, and I would love to have a conversation with you. I pride myself in always giving the knowledge first before I go into any products and services. It's the best thing to do is give you an understanding of what's available to you out there or
Yeah.
how something works. So having that conversation with me is one of the best things that you can do, at least for me in an interaction, is give me the ability to share some knowledge.
Awesome. Folks, if you are hearing this, I would definitely encourage you to do one-on-one with Daniel, at the very least. And he promised me before this interview session that he's not going to bite, okay? So I'm going to take him for his own word, all right? So yeah, definitely take a QR code and reach out to him, set up an appointment. Don't try to figure this thing out by yourself. That's why there are people who spend a lot of time understanding them, okay? Let him help you out. At the worst case scenario, he may even help you say, hey, you know what you got is good, keep it, But it could also mean that, hey, you guys end up doing business together. Daniel, thank you so much, for coming to hang out with me today.
Thank you so much, Edwin. Always be happy.
All right, I'm Edwin Edebiri, your Chief Happiness Officer. Stay happy.